Hi, Gary Galka from DAS. Okay, I wanted to give you a brief overview of the APF-D. That is the APF device with the built-in display in it. So when you purchase this package, and we are selling it as a kit because it gives me the ability to test everything out completely before it goes out. And then the user only needs to make subtle adjustments to make it work at their side. So let's take a look at what we have on the table. From left to right, at the top here, we have two 9-volt, these are rechargeable batteries, 800 milliamps each. They're recharged on the side. Now, any mini USB charger will work for that, and it comes with a cable, standard USB with the two mini adapters. All you need is a 5-volt supply that you plug into, and everybody has one of those. So now we have the APF-D. This is the display processor. I'll turn it on real fast. Okay. We have the SB7T. We have the orbital speaker, which gives fantastic sound. The USB cables we talked about, and this is just a little instruction booklet. Now, on the back side of the APF-D, we have a RX, a receiver. And on the back side of the SB7T, we have a TX, or a transmitter, which transmits the audio out of the SP output to the receiver over here. Now, what I like to do is, when I get this running, this goes into my pocket. You really don't need this. So put that into your pocket. You're going to be holding this and this, or just this, because it has a built-in speaker. Let's see if I can show it to you. Built-in speaker on the side. Now, for the best sound quality, you want to stay with this. But this is okay for one person sitting in a small room and you're just doing your own thing with it. This is better if you're in an investigation in a large area. This also has its own volume. Counterclockwise on the ring turns the volume down, clockwise turns the volume up. And this is great because this also has its own independent setting for volume, but you have ultimate control right here. Okay, so let's get started. Let me give you a quick setup how everything is interconnected here. Okay, so let's get started. All right, let's first go over the APF-D. So what we have here, let's turn it on, just to go over some of the functionality. We have an OLED display. It shows the speed. We have a low-pass filter. We have a noise filter, and we have our volume control. We also have the ability to start and stop by pausing and releasing the processor. That allows you to continue on with your storage internally without losing any of your sweep session. So when you're ready to resume, you simply restart and it picks up where you left off. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my SB7, I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to reverse it. I'm going to press the transmitter button for 3 seconds on the Bluetooth. I'm going to press the receive button on the Bluetooth receiver until I see a solid blue there, and you start to hear the SB7 coming through the APF-D like that. Let's put this down for 1 minute. I'm actually going to pause it. On your SB7T, I want you to set the volume for 25. You may want to adjust it downward, upward, incrementally once you get familiar with what's happening, but for the sake of this demonstration, I have it set at 25. There's no need to go to 30 or anything above 25. Anywhere between 20 and 25 for the volume setting is fine. And I also want to point out, you cannot change the volume while it's sweeping. You must pause the SB7 prior to making any of your adjustments. We now have a connection between the SB7 and the APF-D. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the speaker, the Bluetooth speaker or the orbital speaker.
Bluetooth already open.
I'm going to connect my audio cable to it.
Now in SB7 mode.
Turn the volume down a little bit. I'm going to plug this into the speaker output right here. I'm going to start my sweep. To start your sweep, you press S1 and S2. There we go. Now we have our SB7. It's going to go into my pocket. So here's your APF-D. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to remove some of the sweep sound. Let's turn up the volume. I'm going to remove some of the sweep sound by pressing S1 and S3 at the same time. Very slowly until I get it to where I'd like to have it. Starting to break up now. A little more. A little more. So I've lowered it down to 21.5 dB. That's a pretty good setting. That's pretty much where you'd like to have it. You can adjust your volume here, high, low. Okay? That's for your setting. The next thing you'd like to do is, in order to increase the volume even further and to change the amplitude of your chart, you can simply go in and you can adjust the volume. Press 1, switch 1 and switch 4, and you see the volume setting going up. And that's at maximum right there. Now you see that the scaling of the display has changed. It's gotten much larger. If you were to receive something and you wanted to replay it, S2 is your 10-second rewind button. So let's see if we can get something. First thing I'm going to do is increase the volume a little bit over here so we can change the scaling of the display. And then we'll wait for a little spike to come through like that. So now I'll hit the 10-second rewind. And we'll basically replay all that. There it is. Okay, if I wanted to play that back slower, you could rewind it and you can simply slow it down. And this is your speed indicator. I just reduced this playback speed by 5%, 10%, 15%, 20%, 25%, and so forth. And you can go right on down the line. Slow it way down to 70%. Not that you'll need that, but I have instances where things came through so quickly that 50% made sense. Okay, let's reset. To reset again, you press S2 and S3. Let's bring the noise filter back into play. Like that. The other thing that you can do is S4 is your low pass filter. You see it labeled here, low pass filter. What that does is allows lower frequencies to pass and it blocks higher frequencies. You hear that change? Sounds kind of bassy actually. All right, so that's pretty much what we have here. The battery for this is on the back. It uses a 9-volt battery. When you get it, you're going to get 2 rechargeable batteries. They just snap in. Again, you just charge them up. You're going to get about 4 hours of use out of each battery. Always keep them charged. So just go through these buttons again. S1 and S2 pauses, unpauses the display. S1 and S3 is your noise filter. So you have to hit S1 and then S3. S1 and S4 is the volume on the right side of the display over here, like so. And then you have the S2 is your 10-second rewind. These LEDs tell you if the buttons have been activated during your session. S2 and S3 is a reset of the system. S3 is a playback slower button. Okay, and if you keep going, it's a complete loop, so it'll go all the way down and around. And that's about it. I recommend using the Bluetooth because it actually eliminates some of the noise and mutual interference, and it also enhances some of the response phenomena that we've been getting. I also want to make a point that you can take the transmitter from this and you can turn it off, and this receiver will recognize your iPhone. So if you have an app and you would like to play it through this APF-D, go into your settings, Bluetooth, and find this module and connect to it. And you'll be able to transfer anything from music to your apps that you use on your phone. And that's it. That's the APF-D. On the back, there's also a shortcut if you forget what the buttons do. This will tell you exactly the configuration for using the buttons. This is locked in, so the battery will not fall out. You have to pull it out and unsnap it. It's got rubber feet on the bottom. Turning it on and off is right here. That's what I wanted to show you today.